Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey. We're in the building.
Welcome
In
back to GirlChatSports. Yes, it is the
Hot
blackout
day.
here. It
Oh, we
looks
both have
like.
Aces t-shirts on. I was like, oh, let me sit back. You
This is
wearing
my
your
very
Aces
first Aces t-shirt. Hey.
Your Aces t-shirt. Yeah.
Yes.
Representing.
Repping
Like,
hard.
gotta love that.
We appreciate all of the people that listen to the show. If you're listening now, please share on your feed. Please like, subscribe to all of our YouTube, Facebook, the Facebook group, our Instagram and Twitter. We do have some coverage of other items and stuff that we show on those that maybe aren't cross populated, but feel free to tune on in. We got a guest jumping in here in a second. We'll get with him. Yeah. But we just want to say thank you. And also thanks to those that have wondered where we were, because, thanks to the Aces games and the semifinals, we've had to push our shows the last couple weeks. We're also going to be pushing our show next week. So no, we're not moving to Thursday permanently. It just happened that this is the best way it's working. Next show will be next Thursday as well, unless if there's a game 5 situation, which I feel like there's gonna be, we may not have a show next week, but we'll get to all that in a second. First, I want to bring on our guest and see if you want to just get into these topics with us real quick. All right. Hey, Dray, you ready?
Yeah, let's go. What's up?
What's up, Dray?
What's good, Dray?
Thank you so much.
What's good, Queens? What's good?
What's good? So thank you for being with us today. Our guy Dray Day out there on the East Coast, host of Sports with Dray Day podcast. Make sure you follow him on all social media as well. Thank you for joining us. I know it's late for you out there on the East Coast, but I
don't go to sleep. I don't go to sleep till 2, 3 in the morning anyway, so it don't matter to me.
So it's all good. We all good.
Oh yeah, we all good. We all good in the hood.
So I wanted to get off with a couple hot topics. One is a topic that I didn't even realize was happening, but it became hot to me. And of course, one of my close friends, Natalie, because, I had to bring it to her attention. There's been some news that the TB12 household has been going through some possible relationship issues, because we all know that Tom Brady had that 11-day personal leave from training camp. He came back saying that, it's all personal. Everybody has different situations. I'm 45. What do you say? Like, it was, everybody's going through shit and just got to figure it out. Well, Page 6 out there in New York, on the infamous New York Times, came out with a post on Thursday that Giselle and him were in an epic fight over his return to the NFL.
I knew this was going to happen.
I mean, apparently, and there was some news that back in 2020, she already had an issue with, he wasn't doing enough for her and the kids, that obviously, his number one was football. And so, of course, they were waiting for the retirement. Retirement happens. I'm sure she's ecstatic and ready to have home life. He goes back to the NFL. I sent this to Natalie, and this is what she sent me. She sent that picture, and she was like, well, it's probably because Giselle found out about us. She found out about his his rendezvous in Las Vegas. But have you heard anything, Dray, out there as far as, what's going on? Have you talked to Guru? I mean, Guru's our local Tampa Bay Bucks fan. I'm just curious if there's some weight to this. I mean, I kind of read into a few articles.
Honestly, I heard something about the situation, and that might have had something to do with it. But my whole thing is this: you got this banging ass wife at home. Why are you still playing? Why are you still there's nothing left to prove. Nothing.
Except your salary, because she makes way more money than him.
Even more for you to retire. The queen gonna take care of you. All she's been wanting is for you to stay at home. Stay at home. You missing so much stuff with these kids. Taking them to school, whether the daughter does ballet or the boys are playing football, whatever. You missing that. Like, my God, there's nothing left for you to prove. There's nothing left. You are the GOAT, the undisputed GOAT. Nobody is arguing that. When you won that Super Bowl with Tampa, that should have been your angle right there to retire. Right then and there, you should have retired.
He ain't ready.
He can't. He don't want to stay at home with the kids.
He's not ready. And here's the thing: I'm not about to blow this whole page 6 thing out of proportion. All couples fight. Okay, let's be real. She probably fought with him the season before. They all fight, and guess what he gonna do? He's going.
She's been fighting with that dude since he was in New England.
Guess what he's gonna do though? Guess what he's gonna do? He's going back to work.
Hey, he going back to work.
I don't even care if they do fight. Guess who's gonna be on that field in 2 weeks? He is.
Tom. Mm-hmm.
So we could have this conversation of what was what and what was said. Yeah, she's probably tight. I mean, I'd probably be tight because your husband's traveling. You don't get to spend time with the family. When is it all in? That kind of thing. But a fight's a fight. All couples fight, okay? I'm not, this is not going to warrant him to say this is my last season. It's probably not going to warrant him to say, I'm going to retire before the season starts. This man is going to show up.
Did you, when he announced
11 days,
did you believe it though?
2 of those days was probably to fight with the couple. The rest of the 7 days was them probably making up. And knocking her off like real good. For her to just, we're going to be quiet and you're going to go on that field and work. We good. So we don't know.
He better be doing that though. I tell you that much. He better be doing some serious making up. Serious.
Well, apparently, and I don't know when, if it was around the time of his 11-day absence, maybe he had to leave and come back. But apparently she left for Costa Rica amid this major fight or series of fights, and he was staying behind for training camp. So,
well, yeah, because guess what? He's going to be on that field, and she's like, I don't want to, I want no parts of it. I'm going to take a vacation. I need a breather.
I'd be in Costa Rica too right now, please.
Right. Like,
not
if you want to give somebody a silent treatment, you can hop on your jet and go to Costa Rica. That's nice.
Right. I'd be down with it. So yeah, that was interesting. Again, we don't know, and of course we got Natalie in the comments. Her, she's in here. that's her man. That's her numero uno.
Okay, but she's not with him right now. Giselle is. So when that's gonna happen? Make that breaking news. I want to see that page 6.
Right.
When I see the wedding announcement between she and TB12.
Well, hopefully we hear it before the announcement, but yes, most definitely.
So, it's not even me laying heavy on him. I think this is just ridiculous. Like, yeah, that's cool. I'm sure it was some kind of squabble. I thought it was a family emergency. It is a family emergency, the definitions of that, but she ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. And like, to my point, guess who's going to be on that field in 2 weeks? He is.
I initially
or in 1 week, actually. We've got 1 week till football.
Oh my
exactly
God, 1 week.
today.
I feel like it's 2 weeks. I think we're still in August.
No,
right?
we're
not.
We're officially in September.
I initially thought the family emergency was with his mother because we know that
I thought so too. Yeah,
she's fighting that C word that I don't like saying.
Right.
And
correct.
Hopefully, all gets well with her. But that's what I initially thought. Was the family emergency?
Well, but when we saw his interview, it didn't. I mean, he wasn't. I wouldn't say somber. He wasn't like, how you would talk if it was a family member that was sick. You'd probably be. He sounded more like, I got personal issues. Everybody has them. Deal with it. Like, that's what it sounded more like. So I would be more inclined to believe.
This is what 45 looks like when you're in a relationship. They've been married for so many years and you're not ready to retire.
I mean, you cursed. Shit happens.
And it is indeed what happens.
Pretty much. Yeah.
On to other hot topics. I know for the bettors out there, they had a great time in the first and second round for Miss Serena Williams. We saw Serena wear the 400 handset diamonds in her shoes at the U.S. Open. She hit the round 1 with a win, came back yesterday. Got the round 2 win versus number 2. I don't even know how to pronounce their name. Kontaveit. Listen, Serena's doing it. She won in 3 sets yesterday. It was a great game. Great match. We kind of had to catch the end of it during the Aces game yesterday. But that was amazing. And then, of course, today, her and her sister, who have been doubles teammates for such a long time, also competed in doubles. They were not successful though, and they did lose in 2 sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about here? Are we talking about the prediction of her taking it all, or are we talking about what round?
Well, she was a plus 215 yesterday to win. So people came up money wise if they've been on Serena. People were betting on Serena to begin with. She, I think, was a 40-1 and went to like 14-1 to win the whole thing. She plays a third round tomorrow at 4 p.m. Goes against a number like 46 girl from Australia. So,
and she never played it before either.
Yeah, she
how
never
do we
played her
feel
before. Yeah.
about Serena getting through this and getting one last U.S. Open and in her final hoorah, let's say?
Who, me?
Yeah,
I love
what
it.
you feeling?
I love it. I love it. I'm glued to the TV. Like it's perfect that this shit happened because I'm on vacation from work, so I'm able to really tune in and watch. I don't have to be in a room cleaning and trying to find a remote and find ESPN. Nah, I can literally sit in my recliner chair, which I'm doing right now.
Shout out to Chris Wynn.
Watching it. I'm definitely enjoying it. And I don't have a win it all. I honestly don't have a win it all, but I do have her getting at least to the quarterfinals, at least to that. Because I feel like at this stage in her career, the age factor has kicked in, and then the key thing is these young girls that's here now, the mystique that was Serena before, as far as the fear factor, nobody fears her no more. No one fears her no more. So I think those two things might prevent her from winning. But like she said yesterday, she don't have nothing to prove. She ain't got nothing to lose. She's sitting on house money. So even if she was to win, my ass is still gonna be rooting for her. Like we know she can go. I don't give a damn if she don't break the major record. She's still the GOAT. So again, like she said, she ain't got nothing to lose. She got nothing to prove.
Can she beat Coco Gauff?
Huh?
Can she beat Coco Gauff?
Yo, listen, Mo. When we done with this,
by the way, that tapped in too.
I'm going to get on my knees and pray that match happens because I would love to see it. She already, I think she played Venus twice.
Yeah.
Beat her twice.
Yeah.
And I know they had like some charity event at the Fed Cup where she was on Serena's team. She never played Serena. And what's so crazy is I was kind of hoping that they would probably meet in the doubles, but both of them lost. Coco lost earlier too, but they got robbed. But that's a story for another day. But I would love to see Coco and Serena just dance it out like that. I think that will probably put the tear to my eye. Honestly, I would love to see that. Because we already seen Serena and Naomi. We've seen that already.
Right.
We've seen Naomi and Coco. We've never seen Coco and Serena.
I know. That's what I'm wanting to see.
Yeah.
That's what I'm wanting to see. I want to see that. And if Coco wins, I can't be mad at that. If Serena wins, hey,
me either.
That's the ultimate thing. Because my thing is, who don't want to lose to Serena Williams of all people? It's like, oh, I took an L.
Hello.
But it was from Serena Williams.
It was to Serena Williams.
Yeah, there's no excuse for that. And shout out to everybody that tweeted, including myself, that were saying if she doesn't make round 2, Sydney Colson tweeted that if she doesn't make round 2, if she makes round 2, I'm gonna be going door to door as a Jehovah's Witness to everybody. Jamel Hill tweeted if she makes round 2, I need to see Beyonce do the post match interview. I told my mom if she makes round 2, I will go to your house and in the middle of the street pull out a boombox, start breakdancing. This has happened where I was not expecting it. Like,
were you in the streets at your mom's house boomboxing?
I didn't go over there. They went out. They left. They took wheels up. But I guess it is 111 degrees. I mean, I guess I'd have to take that
it's
L
hot.
and do it. But the thing is no one knew that it was gonna be that. There was a lot of naysayers, and I was one of those people like, man, this is it. You know, she's been getting whooped on. Like, I don't want to see her go out like this, but I'm really enjoying it. You know what I mean?
Well, Chris makes a good point. It's not only that, but you're also seeing all these people that are coming out to see Serena that maybe weren't seeing her before. The stands were packed with celebrities during that round 2, as well as the round 1.
And they couldn't get the celebrities right. They were seeing.
Oh! Did you see what is it for Beyonce?
So Dionne Warwick is the queen of petty, and she is my idol, and I am her, and she is me. You're going to post a picture on your Instagram of Gladys Knight saying Throwback Thursdays when I was a child.
Stop.
You are mistaking mistaking Dionne Warwick for Gladys Knight. Clearly, the two women don't look like each other.
Right.
No, they don't.
The fact that they said that is always added to the other times that you and I, Dray, look like somebody. You and I look like
I dropped my water when I heard that. I'm like, no, she did not.
Yes.
I
They
said,
said
what's her name? The Laverne or someone that they thought was Beyonce with her mask on and stuff.
Yes.
I mean, a news reporter telling Samuel L. Jackson how you like doing the halftime commercials for the NFL. He's like, you're talking about the other guy. So it's you know what it is, Dray. You know what it is. Dray, you know what it is. I'm not even about to keep venting about this, but you know
they get the Auntie Bunker.
You know, it's always the you know who you look like, or I thought that was so low. Get it right. We're not looking the same out here in these streets. Come on.
Nasty work. And the crazy thing is, Gladys was there too.
Oh, she was, and she looked great in her pictures that we saw.
Absolutely.
But the two do not look nothing like. Dionne Warwick did put out a nice tweet. You know, she is a queen of petty, but she had class and she held her own. The Twitter community was going viral with it. We loved it. We loved to see it. And but the throwback picture of her on her Instagram was even better. So she's rolling with it, but it's just a crazy, crazy mix up again of two women that think they saw Gladys Knight. Maybe they did see Gladys Knight and they meant to say Dionne Warwick. I don't know.
The crazy
somebody was
clearly the camera panned to Dionne. That's where
I'm waiting to see who they're gonna get confused tomorrow.
You know, it'll probably be somebody.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. So you'll be able to check out Serena tomorrow, 4:00 on the West Coast here, 7:00 out there for you guys on the East Coast. We'll see how she does for round 3. You know,
come on, Serena. Come on.
If she doesn't win this, then I'll be like, okay. But I want her to keep going now after round 2. I really want her to. But it's
bring it home, Serena.
Funny. The underdog in this whole thing is Serena. That is the underdog. The one that we least, some people least expect. I know I did. I was like, oh no, she ain't making round 2 now.
Right. Yeah, you was on this. You should have just gave it up. Just let it go. You was on top.
You should always want to end your career on a high. You never want to get sunned or embarrassed for the sake of trying to
keeping it alive.
No, you did that, sis, and no one ever is going to come check you for your things.
No, that's like in the interview. They were like, can you, in the interview, I think the lady said, all right, can you even believe, how this is happening for you? And she goes, well,
I am Serena.
I mean, I am Serena.
So. I am Serena.
Yeah. The arrogance of her, but I love it.
The PC,
I loved it.
But she has it rightfully so. I mean,
the PC way of saying, bitch, you know who the hell I am?
Basically.
Did you forget my name? You know who I hear, right? Yeah.
Basically,
So for Hugador, I got a Hugador. We've heard about him. It happened, came down the pipeline last week. We've got the former kicker for the Bills, Matt Ariza. So I found a little bit more because I wasn't sure what had all happened, but I thought this happened like a couple of years ago when he was at San Diego State. This actually happened at a Halloween party last year in 2021 where he was accused of gang raping 2 other gentlemen, a girl that was 17. She was in high school and she came to a college party off of campus. Apparently they reported it right then. And San Diego State Police had asked the college not to perform an investigation while they completed theirs. The San Diego State's investigation lasted up until August when they finished their investigation. And that's when they handed it over to the DA's office, who had just filed those charges against him, the civil suit the civil suit that she had put against him. So, which then leading to 2 days later being removed from the Bills. Released.
Well, he needs to be cut from the team anyway. I mean, this is just egregious, and this is another sex crime. And you all know, as we watch Law and Order SVUs and see this in real time, stuff is crazy, and it exists, especially on colleges. That is probably
especially college campuses
more than often. And his chickens have come home to roost if it's true, and that's just bad. It's just egregious. Like,
it's terrible.
How can you show your face doing some crazy stuff like this? But people walk around doing that. And I mean, college is notorious for the gang rape without it being called.
And sweeping it under the table too. Yeah, they're good for those too. So I'm glad this has come about. I hope to see that it does have some kind of, we get resolution till we hear what happens with it. Cause
he's done for. He's done for.
He is done. Yeah, that's true.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our WNBA action. I know, Dre, I met up with you. We did like a little WNBA on our thoughts and feelings on how the season was going. I don't know about you. I know for me, the Dreams completely surprised me this season. I had them kind of on the lower end of the chain before the season started, and of course, we knew about Aces and Sky and Storm. But then Mercury too, all these injuries that led for them to not be very active.
And with Brittany. And with Brittany. So,
Any other surprises or shocks for you now that we're getting close to the end here?
The Wings.
Yeah.
The Wings.
Looking back at it.
He was actually Vicky Johnson. I had did my last episode, Sports with Dray podcast. I gave my awards out for who I felt should win which awards. I love Becky Hammond. Y'all know that already. I love me some Becky Hammond. But me personally, I felt Vicky Johnson should have won it because of what she did with Dallas. Because when the season first started, if you was to ask anybody, the top 8 teams that was going to make the playoffs, nobody was picking Dallas. So the fact that they was able to get to the playoffs and at least get a win in that series with Connecticut, even though these awards for the regular season, for her to be able to get them to the playoffs when nobody expected them to get there, I would have gave it to her. But again, I love Becky. They was the best team all season. They was either 1 or 2 tussling with Chicago. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad if Becky wound up winning it. But for me, I have Vicky Johnson. But again, I love me some Becky Hammond, so I'm not mad that she won it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, during yesterday's game, they did obviously give up the awards for Becky, Defensive Player of the Year award to Asia, and then, of course, Most Improved to Jackie. I feel like we all kind of felt that Jackie one was happening. My question is now with Asia's Defensive Player of the Year, we know there's still the MVP that's out there. They announced earlier the 6th Player of the Year, which was Brianna Jones from the Sun, which I think also was well deserved.
That was my choice too.
We got MVP coming though, and right now we're seeing the Seattle Storm and the Aces go at it. And let me tell you, it's like it's the Stewie and Asia show. Yesterday's game was a battle between the two.
A thing of beauty.
Did anybody say it's like Magic and Bird?
I saw someone reference that, and I was like,
"What?"
I feel like that's a stretch. But for the WNBA, I'll take it because they did get Chippy on the court.
I'll take that shit.
Because they did get Chippy on the court in the game.
They got real chippy. And Brianna was dishing some elbows out there in a major way. Her and Tina Charles went in hard on Asia a few times down low. There was fouls that weren't being called. There was fouls that were called. I mean, it was just very physical. It's going to be interesting how this goes down. It was good competitive
play action, that's for sure. And it was good to see Asia Wilson get into her bag of why she's the MVP from previous seasons and why she is who she is and why she needs to be DPOY because of the simple fact that game 1, she was a no-show. Yeah. And they were talking about how Coach Hammond was saying to her, how she said, well, I don't want to be the ball hog. And Becky Hammond was telling her, but you are the leader of this team. You've got to, if they facilitate the ball to you, you got to make it happen. It's not about what they think of you or you're thinking. You got to be that general on the floor. Yeah. And I think that resonated with her enough where she's comfortable because what we're noticing in late season for Asia is something gets into her head where she does not elevate her competitive edge. And now I'm seeing that she's able to do that. Like, she's got to do that. We don't have an option.
Well, and I think also
we don't even have Hamby. So you got to step into a role of doing a double big work. Like we don't have her. We don't know when that's going to happen where she does come on court for us and what that dynamic looks like. We need her because that would be the next element of why we would be struggling so hard with this Storm if we had her on the court, that extra body. But we don't have her. So for that, Asia gotta do Asia and get big. She really got to go big and get big. And she
So
got a matchup with Stewie. I like seeing the matchup of the two of them. You can't be
Facts. I
guarding
love
you guard when you got
I love
Brianna
it.
Stewart on the court. I need you right in her face.
But that's the thing, is that you can't leave Jackie or Chelsea to be guarding Tina Charles either. Like, you got to realize you got Tina and Brianna that have to be guarding, and you can't have in a small lineup like ours. We have no one else to really guard another big.
Ileana Rupert, or you got to have Kia Stokes. You need to have two bigs out
Right,
on the
but
floor.
we know them two aren't going to be out in the game 24/7 either. I mean, we see the minutes. I have the box scores I'm going to put up in a second too. I think, yeah, we would prefer Asia against Brianna, but there's going to be times where there's just no option, because you're not going to see Serena Williams against Tina Charles.
If it's Tina Charles and you say it would take Ileana Rupert to her, you have her get banged up. Take the foul. Somebody got to take an L in the game. It can't be Asia getting in foul trouble on Stewie, but it can be Ileana or somebody on a switch up. It needs to be a 2 big, 3 little. I don't have a problem with that. She's got enough depth in her bench to make that happen. You cannot double, and I like Stokes too.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot for the team too, defensively, rebounds.
Absolutely.
Chris said that Storm got what they want. It's a split. We're going back to Seattle. They've already up 1, basically going back home. So we're gonna see how this works for them.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think there'll be a game 5?
I think there's gonna be a game 5.
I'm praying it's a game 5. I'm praying it's a game 5.
I don't want no game 5. I'm ready for them to knock this out, rest, get De'Erica back, and let's see if we face these guys.
Well, the thing is, I feel like De'Erica could be back, because she suited up for Wednesday's game. She didn't play. I think that was a good call, but she was suited. She was on they were a doubtful list, so we'll see what happens for Sunday or Tuesday's game. We know, if she travels with the team, I think she would be. Here's the deal. It depends. I think game one rocked us. I think Asia wasn't ready to get triple teamed at times, and I think she was able to change that. They were able to practice through that and have plays to get her through those times. But they are triple teaming her, and she wasn't ready. She had 8 points on Sunday. Like, it was minuscule for her.
I hope both series go 5 games. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Don't want it to end. You don't want it to end. I'm ready for them to sweep these girls. So on paper, these aces could sweep them. Looking at the roster on paper, it's like I feel like it could be a sweep.
Well, if anything, not if anything, not to cut your wisdom. The guy that just said that that Storm got what they wanted. If anything, the Aces got what they wanted, because I believe they own Seattle in Seattle.
They do. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it could be a sweep. I feel like it could be. But playoff Seattle is a totally different animal. Jewel Lloyd, let me tell you something.
Yes.
Jewel Lloyd make the noise.
They are different.
And they better be thankful Jewel Lloyd didn't have a game on Tuesday.
They've won something before. Our Aces haven't even been to haven't won a championship. These girls have been to this dance before. They know.
Oh yes, they battle tested. They are battle tested for sure.
All day.
And trust and believe. And trust and believe. This lady I have on here. Now, first of all, I did this to troll y'all, but I do have the Aces winning this series. I actually have them winning in 4.
Hey, listen, you ain't hurting my feelings with Sue Bird. That woman had the highest assist in a doggone playoff game. Like, listen, and you 42 years old. Goats recognize what goats are. I can't.
I love me some
She do it.
What are you gonna do?
I love me
You
some
cannot be mad that the girl ain't even shooting if she's leaving in the fist with no turnovers in a game. Stop it. Stop playing with me right now.
But trust and believe, them girls in Seattle was not trying to have her lose.
No, not with her coming out of retirement.
They not.
Not at all. The narrative is fun for her to win this.
Well, and you also got possible sold out arenas too. I mean, if you can get Climate Pledge Arena to be sold out again, like, that's a whole other level too. Seattle fans ain't playing. You saw how many traveled down to Las Vegas. They had a whole.
Oh yeah, they win.
So, but I want to put up too.
Sold out crowd in her last game before, but this is, like I said, a playoff look.
So these are the stats, the box scores from yesterday's game. I mean, obviously, I think the Seattle's team was fairly about the same, except for Jewel Lloyd had a bigger impact on Sunday. Brianna was a little less, but for the ladies, you can't even see that there, huh? Can you? But Asia. But look at you. We have a whole bench here that has no action. I mean, Serena Williams put in minutes. She had 26 minutes. She really helped with the rebound. She had 8 boards. But how are we going to go up against? But how are we going to go? Like, for instance, how are we going to go up against a Chicago Sky team that's putting in their whole bench, or a Suns team where their bench is putting up good numbers for them too?
Speaking of numbers, let's talk about Candace Parker and her numbers last night.
Yeah, let's talk about her.
Let's talk about her real quick.
Yeah.
She's a problem.
Let's talk about her.
Problem. You know, that's why I say I need the Aces to go ahead and sweep these girls, because we know that Sky is coming. And we need to rest, and we need to practice, and we need to. I don't want it to go 5 on our end. They can go 5 and run low, but I don't want our girls going 5 and running low.
So you clearly got the Sky beating the Sun. Like, you have
clear as day. And Candace Parker's numbers.
I was surprised as hell that they actually got that first game. I couldn't believe the Sky lost that first game.
If the Sky wins game 3, it's over in 4.
It is.
It's
and
over
I
in
don't
4.
want that sweep from the. I don't want us to be stretched long with this Seattle team. I really don't. I don't. Because you got the reigning champs knocking on our door.
And I'm sure they're looking at Candace's numbers
we could take it. I know we can. They just got to do that work. And I feel like Becky needs to play that bench more. I think when her bench players come out, they come out hot. We need points. We need shots. They can make those shots. And
we need more. They need a little bit more rotation, at least giving a minute break here and there. I mean, I know you can't play the whole bench at a time. I know you still got to keep, the hot people in there, but there's going to need 1 or 2. And even like we've seen now is like when we're a small team, we're going to have to get those post players in there, even like whether it be Ileana or Kia Stokes or even TP. People got to get in there as big bodies just to be able to put up a couple minutes.
Exactly, because you can't really play small ball with Seattle when they got a whole bunch of bigs. You just can't play small like that. And that's why I say if you have to put Ileana in, or if you got to put Kia in, you make it a big 3-on-2. That's what you got to do. But you can't go small when they go big. And Coco over there in Chicago, he ready for us. They playing for the Nets to play us. They are already in their mind saying, no, we know we got the Sun. We plan to play Aces or whoever come out of this thing.
I mean, I think it's only fitting that it's those 2 teams, because let's be real, they've been the best 2 teams all season. They played each other in the Commissioner's Cup Championship. So it's only right that those 2 teams be the teams that thug it out and dance for the finals.
And Coco Wade ready. I'm waiting to see Coco Wade turn up on that bench. I'm ready for him to get stressed.
I would love it because
and say some slick stuff so he can get teed and tossed out. Like, I'm ready. Let that be in action.
I would love it because 2 of my favorite players are gonna be in Candace and Asia. So I'm with it. Yeah. I'm with it.
We know you love your Candace. Yes.
Come on. Come on now.
Last night, I'm telling you. I was like, Jesus.
Listen, I just want to say big shout out to WNBA fans out there, because between Sunday, the Aces having like a sold out crowd. Wednesday, both the games for the Sky were at 9,000 or more, between 9,000 and 9,800 fans. So we're getting to close to 10,000 fans for these games for the WNBA. I think that's something to be applauded.
Oh, absolutely. Right now, especially in a 12,000 arena. Like, it's dope. And then the other night was sold out. So I love that.
Yeah, it's big. I'm going to show a video just the fans that we had here, just because, whether it be 9,000 or 10, like it's incredible to hear them all go at once, even with the little Seattle squad over there on the corner. Like, it was just an amazing time to see, the whole second level being full, all the first level, all the people behind you, all that stuff. Yeah. Like, I had to zoom in to get that second section, because I mean, you really don't notice until you start seeing the people. And it's an amazing environment. Shout out to Miss Bolland-D, who's by us there. Yeah, great attendance.
Yes, great attendance. Shout out Miss Bolland-D.
Shout out to Kente, who's in the chat too. It's definitely going to be interesting when it goes back to Seattle. Yeah,
that crowd in Seattle is going to be bananas.
It is.
It's going to be wicked over there.
Man, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I was checking to go see, maybe catch like a Sunday or the Tuesday game. But I tell you right now, I think Vegas fans may be going out there because them flights are like close to $500, and that's on like Frontier or Spirit. Like from Vegas to Seattle for just 2 days, either Sunday or Tuesday. Them tickets is high right now.
Wow.
Flights is high already, but I mean, this is probably even higher.
But you know, usually when I go to Seattle, it's like a couple $100 round trip period. And I just did that not too long ago. But for this, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Looks like you're getting in the van with the pups, driving on up there, road trip. It's Labor Day weekend, might as well.
We get on the road trips.
Might as well.
I ain't driving through no desert in the middle of September when it's 110 degrees in the city, let alone what it's probably like in the middle of Utah or Idaho. You know, I'm good.
But yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait for Sunday. I welcome it. I don't know whose pool I gotta sit in while I'm watching it, but I gotta be somewhere cool and watch this thing. And I know they're having shout out to the Aces and Who Songs up in Boca Park, because they are having an official watch party there at Who Songs Mexican restaurant, the one in Boca Park.
Hey, listen, I just had tacos there, and they got these chicken tacos with pineapple in it. Ooh, I know
that was amazing.
Woo! It was good. It was good. It's
like a Hawaiian style taco. I don't know if that makes sense.
It was so good. I might have to go over there just to give me. I love pineapple. I never had pineapple and taco before, and now I'm ready. I'm gonna have to go back probably and see if they got some taco specials. Oh, of course, all the time, 24/7.
Okay.
I'm not eating pizza without pineapple. Period. But that's
I like myself pizzas too.
No, because some people don't like that.
I just like food. Shout out to all our fans, Aces fans, and like I said, you guys can go check out the game, do a watch party with the Las Vegas Aces group. I believe it is putting it on. At Who Songs, Boca Park, that's off of Charleston and Rampart, next to Tivoli Village, up in the west side of Vegas. Come check us out.
Out there by Kona and Grimaldi's and Cheesecake and stuff.
Yep. So go there to check it out. Stay cool, be inside, have some good tacos with pineapple on them, all that good stuff.
Yes. What's good, Arlington? 8 Train in the house.
What's up, Arlington?
You. Yes, shout out to Natalie. She's helping us collect some towels.
Yeah, where my towel at, Natalie?
She got it. I texted you. I asked you if you still needed it. She got it at her house.
I need my towel.
You set up.
You texted me? I didn't even know you texted me.
Yeah, that was yesterday after the game.
Oh, I didn't pay attention. My bad. Sorry.
And just a quick shout out, BG still in Russia. We all want to make sure, hopefully she can get home soon, safe. There was some news on her shoe drive. Of course, she has her nonprofit, BG's Hearts and Souls shoe drive. She started back in 2016 when she saw people there in Phoenix without shoes. And it's one thing if you're in Vegas, but people should not be wearing no shoes on this hot cement and pavement, whatever. Right. She saw that in Phoenix. And so she saw that in Phoenix, and she gonna, the team, the Mercury, decided they were gonna,
the homie, we said what up.
Yeah, what's up? Hey, homie.
Said, what up, though?
That's my nephew.
He gonna talk about the Major League Baseball with us.
These are aunties.
But anyway, so BG, the Mercury, they helped her out. They had a shoe drive for her yesterday. They collected over 3,200 pairs of new and gently used shoes, as well as raised more than $27,000 to benefit their Phoenix rescue mission. This is more. They've received more this drive than they've received in the whole 4 years combined than it's been around.
I love that.
Big shout out to the WNBA, other teams. I know the Aces that took part of. I think everybody had a part in trying to help out, but it all kind of acclimated yesterday, and so
that's what's up.
Thinking of her. Yeah, definitely.
Free Britney.
Free Britney,
for
real. I was on one Free Britney. Now I got to jump on another Free Britney. I thought we were over with the Britney.
Oh, you can't even put them two
Britneys can't win. Britneys can't win, man. My girl Britney Spears couldn't win, and now BG can't win. Like, Jesus. My Britneys ain't winning right now. Well, I need that other one winning, though. That one means a lot
Yeah.
to me. I need that one.
Yeah. The one in Russia, yeah.
It means a lot, but the other one before this one was going.
Oh, no.
The other one was
That
meaning a lot to me
one
too, because
has.
no one
That
wants
one
to be in a
has too.
conservatorship. I could have a whole nother podcast about that stuff. That's crazy.
Right.
That's wild. I feel like this one's in prison too. So now we got one Brittany that just got out of prison, and now another one that we trying to help get out of prison, literally.
Right.
I wanted to move a little bit into Major League Baseball. Of course, we're getting towards that playoff push.
You sure
we just
are.
hit September. Most Dodgers, the first team to 90.
Of course. You know that
I mean,
was
of
gonna be the thing, but
course.
I never liked that. I never liked that because we never went.
I know you don't, but it's still something. I mean, it's still something, especially in this, year. There's a lot of teams that were going hard, but then unlike your team, after the All-Star break, had their own downfall.
Yankees Dodgers series. I thought I was going to see a World Series with the Yankees in it, but that's not. Aaron Judge can have these 50 home runs or whatever race he's on right now. But it means
even like Ohtani, he's playing with the Angels, but he's the first player in Major League Baseball to have 30 home runs and 10 winning games pitching. So, I mean, this guy already has been breaking records left and right, and now just adds another one to it.
And Pujols didn't want to come back to them. He said, I'm going to be a St. Louis Cardinal instead. I'm not coming back to. If I was going to do the Dodgers, I did my Dodgers.
And them Cardinals done jumped up 3 spots too, just,
Yeah. Hello.
But this is nothing. But this is nothing new with them. Like they like when they get to this time. That's the one thing about them Cardinals. When they get to this time,
you gotta watch out for them. Yeah, they get dangerous.
Watch out for them.
They get mad dangerous. They get mad dangerous. Shout out to my.
Well, and that's what's shocking, for my team is usually when it comes to August, we're done. Like we've given up. It's over with. We're left. But the Mariners, not only they gave Julio big money, they gave the rookie a fat check. This kid has the opportunity to make upwards of $470 million basically over the course of between 12 and 17 years, just depending on options. Like,
well, isn't that crazy how that baseball money is so long?
Man,
I wish I had sons that I could put in baseball care.
And you ain't got no real, and I mean, you don't got no crazy injuries. Like you might have like a rotator cuff or.
Come on, listen.
And all that money is guaranteed.
Right. And you can play until you're in your 40s and be okay. You can play until you're 40 or something and be okay.
Yeah. Julio got paid.
I ain't mad at you. Get that bag.
I ain't mad either.
Me either. I'm not mad at it at all.
And shout out to the Mariners who were on their way to their neck. I think they just left Detroit. We're heading to Cleveland. They had a football day. So you see the whole team got all their football jerseys on. You got Julio and the DK Metcalf. Somebody's there in the Rams jersey. You got a couple Dolphins fans.
None of them wear all Seattle Seahawks.
No, because they're not all from Seattle,
They can't even.
They ain't all from Seattle. I mean, listen, if I went to go play for a team, you got to rep your team.
The home team, though. You got to rep the home team.
You got to rep the home team.
You got to rep the home team.
I think it would be different. I think it would be different if like Seattle was in the playoffs. They're all trying to rep them or vice versa. But it's just they went on a team and was like, hey, rep the NFL. Like,
I guess at this point, since Seattle ain't going to do much, they need to go ahead and just show their true colors.
Speaking of Seattle, Russell Wilson got his big payday that he wanted. He got a 5-year deal with the Broncos. $240 million contract extension with a guaranteed of $165 million. I'm in some of these Seattle groups, and it was kind of hilarious what we were seeing because this is what we were seeing. One of them puts the Denver Bronco after it finishes paying Russell Wilson the $245 million. They just signed him. And the second one was like, this is Russell in his 3rd season under contract because this is the same type of thing that Seattle did with him first. When we gave him his big payday the first time, we had no money to do anything else with. So good luck to you, Broncos and Broncos fans.
You can't be mad at him either for keeping it. He said, I ain't cutting out my money.
No, of course not.
Y'all dumb enough to pay me. I'm going to take my bread and go. Jeez. What they expect?
They don't got no,
they
can't
we're gonna give our money back. We got reparations coming to us. You think we're gonna give some of the money back? Y'all must be out of your minds. Giving no money back.
And on top of that, he married Sierra. You got to take care of
Right.
her.
Come on, you gotta keep her. You gotta keep her nice and laced. Come on.
You know it.
Her bangers. You know her little circuit tours. Put a little 20 bands here, 50 bands there.
Right.
No, it's not. It's not this. No, we gotta keep her nice and right. Yeah, of course.
And Chris, you know, and this is my thing is that he came to a division where he's going to be the bottom again. You know,
not
like
below Vegas. Not below Vegas though. You're wrong about that. Not below Vegas.
He will be. He'll be the bottom. I mean, he'll be below the Chargers, Chiefs, Vegas, and Chargers.
You think the Chiefs are going to be above Vegas?
I'm thinking the Broncos are below. I said the Broncos are below everybody. I don't care between the other three.
No, I'm talking to Chris. I
I'm
ain't talking to you, Melissa. I'm talking to Chris. You think that they are going to be just below? It's going to go Chargers, Vegas, Chiefs, then Broncos. They are not going to be just below us. No.
Well,
Chargers are probably going to be the dominant one, then us, then Chiefs, and then Broncos. But it ain't going to be no Chargers, Chiefs, Vegas, and then Broncos. No.
You got y'all over the Chargers?
He specified it.
Huh?
You got y'all over the Chargers?
I know I don't have us over the Chargers. I have to be realistic about Justin Herbert and over there and Austin Eckler and all those guys. I have to be realistic. I can't be a delusional fan. I'd love us to be above the Chargers. I think our biggest competition in the AFC West is the Chargers, and that's our game one. So I can't say what we're going to do. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if we're going to be on top or we're going to – I can't say that, but I know Broncos ain't going to be under us. They're going to be under Kansas City. Because they got Tyreek Hill is gone. Yeah. That brother gone. So there's no way he's gonna be.
And listen, Travis Kelce ain't the same. He lost a girlfriend. Yeah. He got like a trucker stash. I think it's the done deal for Travis Kelce.
And they.
Well, I don't know about the girlfriend that he lost her for sure because of Chiefs.
He got Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders, Broncos.
Nah, Chris. I thought we was cool. They lie. Until I see you in the hallway. Thought we were cool.
It's gonna be a rumble in the hallway.
I thought we were cool, Chris.
Them games for week 1 is
oh yeah, but we forgot Juju. Juju is now back
right.
over there. Yeah, he's a Chief now.
Okay.
They knew
he could have a real quarterback throwing to him now. Like
yeah. All right. We shall see. Okay. I just know we face the Chargers in SoFi Stadium. Away game.
Listen, AFC West is tough division right now.
Rough. It's rough.
That's a home game for y'all. There's more fans. There's more Raider fans there than the Chargers. So go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. It's a home game for us. Yeah, I don't even know why.
That's a home game. That's a home game.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm debating if I should go to that game. I really kind of want to, low key. Like, yeah.
You should.
Yeah,
check out his stadium.
I haven't checked out SoFi yet. I definitely want to do that.
Yeah, I think I might try and head and check one out there too. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good look.
Still gotta
Derrick
watch out
Henry.
for Buffalo,
though. Yeah. Well, fantasy football is coming, and I gotta start cramming for my drafts because I feel like I'm back in high school, and I forgot there was like a test coming next week after a holiday weekend, and I gotta start preparing for drafts. Shout out to everybody that's been already in a fantasy football draft, and for those that are drafting, if you've got tips, if you see any good information, feel free to share.
I already drafted once. It was
okay. I got 2 coming. Yeah. Already?
I got one. I got one coming to 4th.
Not to put my brother's business out there, but I'm going to do it anyway. He has Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, but he has no running back. He shot himself in the foot. And I drafted quarterbacks late where I had Justin Fields and Tua. But I have Nick Chubb and I have Singletary from Buffalo. So he wanted my Singletary. He wanted my Nick Chubb for his Buffalo defense. I think I got one of his other wide receivers and Justin Herbert. So I said, okay. I'll take Justin. And you can have Justin Fields if you want. But I'd rather give him Tua, but that's okay. There's no here nor there. We'll flex him, whatever. I'm going to roll with Justin Herbert the whole way. But I still am slated to lose even after this matchup, just by a smidge from one of my other coworkers. But that draft is a full draft of us. It was 12 of us drafting. It was the ugliest thing
I'm
ever.
sorry, but
And-
how does your brother miss running backs? Like, running backs is a position you're supposed to be getting
Because
off top because they be dying all throughout the season.
He went off for tight ends, wide receivers, and all of that first.
Wow.
Like, he got the best of the best. He got the best kicker in the league, the kid out of Baltimore. He got a squad except for the running backs. The running backs were slated to 5 points and stuff. He drafted late on his running backs. He went for the quarterbacks. He went for he won our draft last year. So I don't know why he had his little notes and everything ready.
Well, maybe he got his own way. He's trying to do it.
Yeah, he was a reigning champ, so he knew what he was doing. But then he looked at his running back roster. He's like, "Oh my God, you got Nick Chubb." And I was like, "I really don't want to give up these guys, Marcus." And then he wanted me to give up Hollywood Brown. I said, "You must be nuts. I'm not giving up Hollywood Brown. You want to take my whole roster from me just for Justin Herbert? I can't do that." So I'm already in the mix of all of this, and we've got 2 more drafts. I've got the Girl Chat Sports one for the ladies. Yes. And then I've got the paid money one. And the money one I really have to cram in on because I'm getting an educational lesson on what's what. But yeah, it's about to get intense and it's about to get serious. So
shout out to Weeks in the chat. You know, Weeks, he hit me up and was like, "Hey, you want to join like a $250, $500, $1,000 fantasy football league?" And I was like, "What do I look like? No."
Man, that's big, but see, that's when you're ready to flip over tables and fight people.
I'm like $1,000. You think I would?
Yeah, that's expensive.
Listen,
that's pretty high.
I'm not going to just donate $1,000 to your league. I rather buy sneakers or whatever else. Pay off. Listen. That's a donation for my thing. 1,000. I'm sorry. Now he says 2,500 is.
Oh, come on, that's ridiculous. Who's he with? Merrill Lynch over there? Like, come on, that's crazy numbers. I get it though, but that's people that you show up at their house and you ready to fight them. Like if you were to sit in a room at a draft party.
Think about the money you making off of a 2,500 league. You know what I mean? Like that's money.
I mean, you're making some good change, but just can you imagine sitting in a room at that draft party and they scoop your players that you want and you know it's 2,500 that you gave up?
Or
can you imagine? Imagine your running back gets hurt in the first season and is out for the rest of the year. Like
we didn't even talk about that. And not to mention, like, depending on who commissions that, they probably only leave you 2 IL spots and not 4. Like, I'm at least generous in trying to give them a few IL spots. These guys are rough out
here. If any IL spots, you might not get any.
You might even
not get none.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never play with that. I can never play like that. I can't play like that.
It's too hard.
It is. It's too competitive for that end, but yeah.
So shout out to those that are into the fantasy football. Listen. I can't even.
I need the job that he's got to do that kind of thing. Just throw away $2,500.
So last of the big news, especially that dropped today, we finally found that Donovan Mitchell Spida got a landing spot in Cleveland. Give us your thoughts, Dray and Mo, because I know you guys are a little bit more in your basketball mind than I am currently. Thoughts on this trade and all that Utah has right now as far as picks, just from the 2 trades they've given away between them and him and Gobert, like what I think they said like 13 or 14 draft picks throughout the next 4 or 5 years.
Go ahead, Dray.
Rebuild.
Right.
That's exactly what Utah is doing now. So that's one playoff spot that's gone. Because they're not making the playoffs now. So, who is it? Sacramento now got a shot. Pelicans
Denver
got a shot now. All those teams that didn't make the playoffs last year. Hell, even the Spurs might have a shot now because Utah not going. I just feel bad for the Knicks because it seems like every time they try to get a chance to get somebody, they just cannot get the job done.
Right.
They couldn't even get Donovan Mitchell. Sad.
Yeah, you know, the Knicks fans is all over Twitter right now. Tight. Stephen A put out a tearful message. Like, he's frustrated. Like, yeah, they tight about that. I reached out to my no one saw that trade coming, Miss Bobby.
I know for a fact I didn't see it coming.
I saw the alert on my phone, and we were just talking about Spida Mitchell for the NBA Fantasy League draft. Because I am doing an NBA Fantasy League. And I was just talking to somebody on the phone earlier today about, I don't know if I'm going to pick up Donovan Mitchell. And that's what they said. They were thinking about picking him up. And I'm like, I don't know. And I was like, I might have to grab him. And then the announcement came out and I'm like, look at this.
I'm like, Cleveland? I'm like, wow.
Shout out to
Cleveland?
my boy Alex in Cleveland, because you know I had to hit him up.
I mean, but guess what? I know to
he
get out of Salt Lake City, Utah, and go to Cleveland, like that's just I would be down for that move. I mean, Utah, I just don't see anybody how people like living in Salt Lake. I don't understand it whatsoever.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it's Utah, so we know what Utah do. Home of the Chick-fil-A's and everything else. Cleveland is a whole different animal. He's got a great core group of players that he's joining now.
Yes, he does.
They're going to be worse than what they were last season on the East. Like they were already tough on the East. They were already tough. Now they like super tough. Like it's gonna be entertaining. I think the East needed this. The West, we got a good loaded depth of players for the West. Utah is definitely going to be staying silent. They're like the Seahawks. It's on a rebuild thing. So we'll see what that happens, what that looks like. But
I'm going to let that one slide.
Shout out to my boy Alex and the rest of those Cleveland fans because they're beside themselves. He's out there galloping and ready to throw a parade because they so happy. I said, I know you ecstatic out there about this announcement. Because if I had him for the Lakers, I'd be ecstatic. But we know that's never going to happen. But to go to Cleveland from New York, we thought New York. No, that's a shocker.
Question. How much LeBron got on that contract with the Lakers?
Too damn much.
No, I'm talking about the years.
Oh, I think
two?
He's got one more. I think he's one more in. Maybe two because of Bronny. But that's not going to help.
Yeah, but he might pick up and go with Bronny and Bryce and be somewhere like Cleveland in like 4 years.
That's my point. That's my point. That's my point.
Yeah.
That's exactly why. That
may be a thing, but Cleveland don't want him, and Cleveland don't need him. But I understand the marketing game and money game for that because that's going to be a total seat filler, and the ticket revenues and sales and merch and all that's going to go through the roof. Not to mention advertising and networking and all that kind of stuff of us being on TV. It's going to be amazing, but then you're taking out all these other players that they already have. They already got a core squad together. Let that man just stay in LA and let me be miserable because that's what it's just going to be. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Donnell. What's up, Goose? We got 2 years.
2 years. 2 years. Yeah, 2. Okay. Yeah, I'm over it. Like, I'm going on FMLA with the Lakers. I mean, I know we got Laker fans that want to do it, but I'm on FMLA with them until they can get it right and tight. Because this whole
I don't like hearing that from a Laker fan.
Patrick Beverly thing, I was never happy with. I'm not excited about that. Him and Russell.
You not?
No, why?
Pat
Beverly's he's a bulldog scrapper, but who gonna give him the ball? You think LeBron's gonna give him the ball? If AD is a healthy AD, you think he gonna get the ball? This is the problem when the two of them on the court. They don't give balls. So what's the point? What are we talking
about? Ain't nobody passing to him. He just gonna be getting rebounds and getting only points he's scoring is if he gets a steal.
He's a very good, scrappy defensive player and get on people's nerves, but he and Russell
That's all you need him for. You don't need him to score. You need him
to score, though. He's gonna want to score.
We need more scorers than anything else in the world. We need shooters. We don't need to be in this space that we were last year.
That's for damn sure.
I'm not happy about it. You guys keep recycling these relics and names of has-beens, and we ain't got no young Tito's to run the court. We got rid of all our young players. Look what Memphis is doing. Look what they're doing. Look what Boston's doing.
Who?
All youngsters. Who we got? Players of Christmas past. Come on.
Ooh.
This is ridiculous.
Mo hurt.
They filling the seats because it's LeBron. You know, it's LeBron. It's LeBron. He's gonna fill the seats.
It's LeBron's Lakers. That's how it goes.
I ain't happy by this, not one bit. And there's other Laker fans that can agree with me. We didn't like this Patrick Beverly move. We don't know what that's gonna bring. They talking about Buddy Hield and all this. Stop it.
It's gonna definitely be interesting to see what comes out of like practices in the beginning of camp to see how these.
I want to see what Darvin Ham's gonna do and what you call it, Latrell Sprewell can do. I want to see what he can actually do to coach up these guys. I really want to see what those conversations are looking like. Can you really, Darvin Ham, talk to a LeBron James and tell him what some of the problems are, or tell him what his problem is? I don't think so. Time will tell.
Coming from Latrell, though,
I'm stressed out, invested in these Lakers. I'm gonna sit back like just a spectator, watch, and just not have no reaction. Like, hey, that's what it is. Everybody tried to shoot me in the foot saying, oh, Lakers getting Russell Westbrook just because they about to be the bomb. And I was the only one that said this is not going to work. And guess what? It did not work. Because this is the funny thing, too, and I hate to keep ranting, but it's so funny to me, and I'm not even trying to be gender specific, but men are a trip. Men, you guys look at just the optics and the illusion and the fancy. Women, we look at everything. That's why we can catch y'all in lies and catch y'all in this stuff, because we look at we're not just looking at the surface. We're digging deep. I'm looking all into you and the details. We pay attention to everything. You guys just glance at stuff and say, oh, I watched it. No, you didn't. Because if you watched it, you would have seen this, and this. And this is what women do. So when I see these players and I'm watching the game, I'm literally in the game looking at things that probably people are not paying attention to. You can kind of get a sense of what I'm trying to say, of how this game plan is going. So, I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. I'm not happy about it. I wasn't happy about Patrick Beverley. It was kind of like, I don't care that we have him.
Yeah. Okay.
But we'll see.
Right.
I mean, we'll see. I'm not excited about that.
And Goose talking about the targeting rule in college football. To be honest, the big weekend for college football, I know it started last week, but it was a few games. Shout out to Weeks. He talked to me about college football a little bit today as well. Big time it started today. There was like 10 games today. It's going all through this weekend. College football is back. I have yet to see or watch a game yet fully for college football this season. So we'll see how that goes. I'll be checking in on some games this weekend, hopefully by the pool as well. We'll see how that goes. I haven't checked. Have you seen the targeting rule, Dray? You know anything about it?
I'm just now hearing about it, so I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I haven't watched
it.
What is
check
that? What
out.
is that all about? Because I don't really watch college football like that. I'm not into it.
I believe it's on the hit from targeting.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. I don't. Like I said, I'm watching the games to figure out what they're. Maybe if Donnell's still on, he'll type it in there for us. But anyways, Kente wants to rant to me about his Warriors. We get you. Golden State in there. We hear you.
We get it. Y'all dropped the level. We got Juan Toscano. We took your Juan Toscano. Lakers got
GP
him.
out of there too. Yeah. Oh yes, Chris. The UNLV football team, I think, surprised the entire state of Nevada this weekend on Saturday. Mind you, they played Idaho State, but they did have like a ginormous win. It was like 51-20 something at Allegiant Stadium. The first game for them home. Listen, UNLV has had their troubles, and I've talked plenty of mess about this team, but I mean, my whole thread was like people saying, wait, is this the real score? Wait, this really UNLV score right now? Yes, these guys came through and really had a field day on Saturday. So
you know what it is.
To seeing,
You know what it is. You know why?
No, I don't.
They had a new stadium to play in. They
had it last year. They had the stadium last year too.
They got a stadium now where there's no vaccine and vaccinated, whatever the case may be. You got more fans showing up. And
they had more. They were able to have non-vaccinated fans last year where the Raiders couldn't.
They were. I think that
happened.
Raider thing, that stadium is now sinking into them that they're actually here and not Sam Boyd. They probably had that Sam Boyd mentality last season, and now they got Allegiant mentality. But they balled out. That was a double dose weekend. I mean, we had the preseason game, the last week of preseason, and then had that followed by that. Yeah, that was a high score. What's Reno looking like?
Yeah. Huh? What's
Reno looking like?
I don't pay attention to Reno.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm asking for anybody out there in the chat if Donnell's still on there or whatever.
Look it. That's not my team. My Huskies start on Saturday. That's all I know. Donnell talked about the targeting. It's basically, like I said, stopping people from making plays. So you're kind of scared to make plays because you're targeting. It's trying to keep the game safe. Thanks to Donetta and Donnell for that one. But,
okay. All right.
Trying to keep you from from hitting certain areas, from playing too hard, from making contact in certain ways.
At this point, you might as well start playing flag football.
I know they don't want these kids to get hurt though and concussed. I get it. It's kids. I'll say that for the kids, but the pro stuff, I don't know what they're gonna do with the for the NFL though when it comes to their little situation with their All-Star weekend. Like that stuff they need to figure out.
They need to just let the Pro Bowl go.
They need to let that go.
Yeah, let that go. Let that go. These last few years have been.
I don't know what
they're gonna have it here again next year. They got the Pro Bowl here again next year too.
Oh, Pro Bowls? Yeah. Well, they need to figure it out.
They already announced that they're doing it.
Yeah, Pro Bowl is gonna be here as well as the Super Bowl next year, right?
Yeah, 2023.
Not this year, but next year, 2024. 2024.
Oh, okay.
Where's it at this year?
It's in Arizona this year.
2023?
No, well, technically it's the season of 23-24, but it's going to be in February of 2024. Whereas like February 2023 is going to be in Phoenix. It's in Arizona this year.
Oh, okay.
Also, for all my Vegas locals, the links are up for the Formula One racing. If you want to get on the list to get the Formula One racing ticket, it's a $7 donation. It puts you on a list. Hopefully you get the ticket or not, but the $7 puts you in the queue. So when the tickets are released, you have a chance to get the tickets to go watch the Formula One race that's going to happen on the Strip later on this year. So I wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. So you're getting props over here in Vegas. The solid take of the day is they need to let the Pro Bowl go.
Yeah, it is. They do.
They do. Like these last few years have been
born for many years. I never watched it. There was no reason for me to.
Listen, I want to watch it. I'm going to Hawaii. I would love to go to Hawaii, but I don't need to be doing it. Just
even when people were going to Hawaii, they weren't even going
at the Las Vegas ballpark. Like, come on.
They were just there for the Hawaii. They weren't even going just for the game. They were just going because it was Hawaii. Like, that was an excuse. Exactly.
Well, and that's how they come to Vegas. It's another excuse for them. But they just need to make it into something else. Make it into like skills competitions and stuff. Because at this point, it's like we don't want it. Nobody wants to play. We're tired of seeing you not waste the time of being on the field. Just make competitions. Do whatever. I don't know.
Just not do it and do a ceremony or something. Give your accolades mid-season or something on the day. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, why?
Just ain't making no money for the league. They want me to make more money.
Just announce the players that made the Pro Bowl and just keep it moving. Don't waste your time during the game because it's just a waste.
You're not about to tear me up mid-season when we got a bowl possibly coming up. You're not about to see me up in this thing. Yeah, let it go. Like anybody still man, possibly let it go.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. All right. I have some sneakers. I don't know if Mo gonna tune out. You know, Mo, she's not in the sneaker thing no more. She said last
I'm
week.
over it. She's over it. The Dunks decided to inflate their price to $10
by $10.
So
yeah,
at 110, it's 120 for the
So if you want Dunks, get them now because they're gonna go up in about inflation's gonna hit in about a month.
If you can get them.
All right, so
on the shelf where you walk in.
Pharrell's got these Adidas that are coming out, cardboards. It's a NMD, I don't know, Riot. These come out tomorrow. The Adidas, the Pharrell joints. Georgetown 6s, of course. These will be out on Saturday.
Those shits look nice.
They are kind of nice. I don't even like 6s, but I do like these.
Those shits look nice.
We got the Air Jordan low. Got the Jordan 5 lows. These are the PSG Paris Saint Germain's. These will be out on Saturday as well.
You definitely be able to get those. Any Paris Saint Germain's, those don't ever do too well. So somebody will get them.
Okay. I don't even know why these came out or what Jordan's doing, but God. Jordan has his own clog, the Sail Cement Grays. These will be out on the 7th. So if all those people that hate Crocs want to jump on a Croc-ish looking thing, here it is. It gives you a cement sock to go with it. Here's a pair of Dunks I haven't seen before, so I wanted to post these ones, the Dunk Lows. These are gradient swoosh. These drop on the 7th. I like the color.
You'll see Dawn Staley with a pair of those soon.
Yeah, Dawn Staley will wear them.
She definitely will.
Those are nice. Those are nice. I like them colors. And then, of course, you got the Air Jordan 1 mids, the game winners. These come out in 99. Of course, this goes back to his 1982 championship hit against Georgetown. You see the picture of him cutting down the rim. They've got artistry. All that art's on the outside and the inside of one shoe, I guess. So
that shoe's going to be $1,000.
These will be on the 9th. Well, the resale will be. If you can get them.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. The shoe will be $1,000.
But they're a mid, guys. They're a mid.
Well, it's still bad leather on the shoe. I mean, I don't care. Like,
I like that netting though below the laces.
I
how
like
it
the
has
whole concept.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the netting.
yeah.
I
That
like
look
how they
nice.
did
That look nice.
but-
That look nice.
Yeah, it does. It's a different take, but it's still a mid at the end of the day. And it's gonna be $1,000.
There's gonna be people out there buying them though.
It is.
You know there will be. You know there will be.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah, just to collect them. They can't even curate a style with them. They can't even flex with them right. They just gonna put them on their shelf and let the things break down.
Chris, just so you know, we have there's a sneaker drop section every week for Girl Chat Sports. He said the sneakerheads are loving this thing right now. This is a weekly thing where there's a, hey, here's what's coming up this week, just to ensure to put on your notifications. If you can get a drop, who knows? I know it's tough for a lot of people. That's one of Mo's big things, is it's too hard to get.
No, my big thing is the shoes are not the same anymore, and they're cheaply made leather, and sneakerheads are not really going for this bull crap anymore of resale, and we're not, and they're rocking reps now. They might as well go to, it's made out of the same factory. Got more people walking around wearing the replicas that you do have and wearing the real shoes. I mean, there's no point anymore. I mean, I'm about to grow up out of this, so I have to go designer and go to a whole nother level. Now you're going to have to hit my wallet even harder with the designer stuff.
I'm saying everybody wear Crocs now anyway.
Yeah, like the Crocs and all of that. Like, it's just doing
I see everybody and their mother wearing Crocs now.
I'm about to wear some Doc Martens and some damn Timberlands right about now. Like, stuff's getting goofy right now, though, in these streets, and I just don't understand it. When Dunks used to sit on, hey, did you guys watch that N1 documentary?
I sure did.
Okay, did you ever rock those N1 sneakers?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so the Dunks were sitting on the shelf next to the N1s. I'd always grab the Dunks. Now you can't walk in the store and even ask for a dunk. Like, that's crazy to me. No one wanted the chunky Dunks shoe, Dray. Nobody.
Yeah, well, but remember back in Magic's time too.
And then all it took was one little influencer to put them on, and then it just went like crazy. Everybody was dissing the chunky Dunks hard, dissing them hard, because they have no sense of style. And that's where it comes from. Like, if you don't know how to curate a look with the chunky Dunks, then shame on you. But then they took one influencer to put them on, and then they were like, oh yeah, these hit and these it. And I still don't wear them with nothing. I've seen a couple people with them, and I'm like, still not it. Still don't hit hard. Still would never hit as hard as if I had them. Like, it's unfair to me that the real sneakerheads that have been in this game, who stood in line for the sneakers for years, can't even get a shoe now. So I'm out. Can't do it.
She's gone. All right, y'all. Yeah. Dray, we appreciate you joining on the show today. Can you please let people know where they can find you on the socials?
On Facebook, Dray Day, Twitter, Dray Day 1985, Instagram, Dray Day 1985, and Sports Baby Dray Day Podcast. Sports Baby Dray Day Podcast, The Hood's ESPN, Crystal Street's Golden Boy. Y'all can find me on all streaming platforms except Tidal. I'm on I'm on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all those good places. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and that's where y'all can find your boy.
Well, we appreciate you coming on. I mean, much love.
I appreciate y'all having me, man. Y'all already know how much I love y'all. Y'all know how much I love y'all. So
yeah, well, we appreciate you too. Thanks for the support, bro. For real.
Hey, everybody, and that's been in the chat. Thank you. We appreciate you. Feel free to share, catch the replay if you're just tuning in, and if not, we will catch you all next Thursday. Hopefully, there is a sweep like Mo says, and we'll have a show next Thursday. If for some reason the Aces go to a game 5, we're not gonna have a show next week, so we'll see what happens. We will keep you in the loop as long as you're following us on the social media.
I'm looking for you too when I see you in that hallway.
All right, y'all. Have a good night. Have a safe Labor Day weekend. We'll catch y'all hopefully next week.
We are out.